All right, Ashley, thanks for being here today.
Well, thanks for having me, of course.
Absolutely. So you are about to go into wedding season, doing all the fun wedding things. Tell me how long you've been in weddings now.
So I'm actually going to be entering my fifth year. July will be 5 years for me, but event planning is like it's 15 plus years. So I'm really excited. What started out as something that my family came to me with just because I'm the planner of all things has blossomed into this wonderful and beautiful thing that I get to do for and with different couples.
I love that when you get your natural talents to just like blossom into a business. That is
Yeah.
wonderful. That's great. And your weddings that you do get to be a part of, I get to see the pictures from them afterwards. And the primary word that would come to mind for me is fun. Like they're beautiful, they're all the things that you would think a wedding would be, but the amount of fun that comes through in the weddings that you're a part of is always surprising to me. I feel like it's a unique thing that you get to kind of bring to that experience. You want to talk a little bit about like how how your weddings are a little bit different than other weddings.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that you say that because I feel like I get couples that want to work with me because of that factor. When we do like consultations or we do like even Google Meets or FaceTimes when we have those consultations and they're just like, wow, like you seem a lot of fun. Or I send them pictures or TikToks or videos of my work and they're just like, wow, I can kind of see your charisma through the screen or through this picture. And they're like, show me more or tell me more. And it's just so funny. And then the day of, because my co-coordinator is also my mom, and people just eat that up too, because people really love the family dynamic and to have, just knowing that you're going to be safe in a mother daughter dynamic. People just eat that up. And then it's like the day of when I show up with my mom, it's like they completely forget about me. They're like, Mama J. And I'm like, excuse me, you hired me though. So did you forget about me? I'm here. Hello. You've been working with me for like 6 to 12 months. And then all of a sudden I bring my mom the day of and they forgot about me. But and it's just so funny because the day of the wedding, we come in with so much, we hype them up. Uh, we come in with so much encouragement, and I like to call myself like the bride's bestie because I'm pumping them up. We're like being their cheerleaders, and they're like, especially like our quieter brides, they're like, we needed this so much because your energy, we're feeding off of it. Especially like in the morning when they're doing their hair and makeup and I don't hear music. I'm like, whoa, where's the radio? Jack up the music. Come on. This is a party. Let's get it going. So it's really fun to just start their day off and just letting them know that someone is in their corner. Obviously, they more than likely will, even if they don't have a bridal party, they have, people in their corner with them getting ready and such. But even someone on the outside of that is supporting them
Hmm.
and showing them love. And I like to be there, for them. And I do tell them that from the jump, when we are in even just the consult phase. I am your front line of defense, from all the silliness that could happen on the day of your wedding. 9 times out of 10, you're not even going to know.
Mm.
what may have gone wrong on your wedding day because I'm your fairy. I'm your wedding fairy godmother. You're just not going to know because I I have thwarted anything that could have gone wrong or the communication where, oh, we need to tell the bride and groom, no, you don't, because you see those smiles on their faces. Let's keep the smiles on their faces. They don't need to know that right now. Like that is so minute and so small. They don't need to know that that happened. That's something I
Yeah.
can take care of, or you and I can decide right now. So that's why I think someone in my position, a wedding planner, a wedding coordinator, is so important for couples to have because you put so much time, you put so much effort and so much money into planning your wedding day. Then when we get to that, that week, the day before the day of your wedding, why be stressed? Hand
Yeah.
over the reins to somebody else.
Oh my
Why be
gosh.
stressed the day of? You should be blissfully walking on clouds the day of the wedding.
Absolutely. Yeah. I know so many people who went through their wedding and A, don't even remember it, but B, what they remember is stress, is dealing with the issues, is dealing with the people's opinions coming in about things. It's just like it's so much to be able to take on that I feel like so many people put so much work into this event then don't get to actually enjoy it themselves. And it's really it is for other people to enjoy, yes, but you should enjoy it yourself. Come on.
And that's what I tell people. I'm like, I know you're putting on a party to, share in this joy, your love journey, what I like to call it. But what are we all coming here for? It's to see your love. We're all coming here to see your love. So you have to enjoy it too.
Yeah.
So like for instance, I help create the wedding day timeline. And what I like to do is to build into the timeline time for my couple to have just like even if it's just 10-15 minutes to breathe, to be
Mm-hmm.
alone and be like, "Hey babe, we just got married. We just did a big thing. We just got married. I love you."
That's so great.
Yeah, because you're getting pulled in so many different directions on that day. I think it's so important to be able to just breathe in each other's space, in each other's presence without me, without the photographer, without parents and guests. Can I, do you, like just being with each other solo and just breathing in each other's, basking in each other's space.
Yeah. That is so beautiful. I love that you do that. That's
And
great.
I mean, and two, I believe in when you're booking with me, I'm not you're getting an experience. That's what that's
Mm-hmm.
what I think. I truly believe that's what people would say about me. You're getting an experience.
Yep.
So a fun you're getting a good time. You're
It's
getting
good time.
a good
Now,
time.
now I have to expand on that and say, I feel like what I love most about that people book a wedding with you and get an experience is that that is just an extension of who you are in real life. Like it's not like you're putting on this curated experience and stepping into a new persona for people. This is how I feel every time I talk to you, Ashley. Every time we catch up, it's an experience because this is who you are and you're just showing up as you in that space. And I think that that really comes through too. It's not a show, it's authenticity. You're just being you. And it's a great presence to be around. You are fun, you're full of ideas, you're there to like protect people and take care of people. And I think when someone can show up in their business in the same way that they do in life, it makes such a real connection with their clients, and it's just it makes the service even better.
Yeah. I mean, it it would be awfully hard to separate the two for me because my
Hmm.
brain just doesn't work that way. So I I wouldn't be able to be two separate people. I tell people all the time, I like to have fun, but I am going to show up and do what we need to do. Like,
Hmm.
there's a few things on the timeline that we're going to create together with all your vendors that we're not going to mess about with. One, I pride myself on a on time start for your ceremony, you know, so I don't like to play around with that.
Hmm.
And then there's a few other things. But when it comes to, having fun, if I look up and I see, you know what, they want to get to that dance floor. So let me go talk to the photographer and the DJ and be like, all right, do you think we could, maybe move some things up? Because my couple, I know they told me throughout all of our planning, they want to get to that dance floor as quick as possible. Like, let me see. And I can tell they got ants in their pants. So let me see what we can do. Cause they keep looking around like, are these people done eating yet? Cause we want to go.
Hmm.
So I like to have fun. Like, we are not shy to get on the dance floor too when it's an open dance. You know, we're not shy to do that either.
That's great.
So yeah, we like to have fun. We like to cut up. As long as the work is done, everybody's smiling, having fun. We know that we have done a good job for our couple. Um, yeah, we come to show up and show out
Yeah.
for sure, for
That's
sure.
great. That's great. Now, a lot of people don't know that you do a lot more than just the wedding. So there's the wedding planning, there's the wedding coordinator day of, but then the ways that you can be involved and the ways that people can work with you extend beyond that. Can you tell me about some of the other things that you offer?
Yeah, so definitely I am a, a one-stop wedding shop. So I am actually also an ordained officiant. So I can officiate weddings as well. And I am a travel agent, so I can book honeymoons, bachelor trips. I have had some couples have me do all three things. So book their honeymoon, uh actually, I've had yeah, do their honeymoon, officiate for them, and plan their wedding. So, or like do a mixture of,
Hmm.
maybe officiate and then plan their honeymoon, or plan their wedding and plan their honeymoon. And so I I'm open to however someone may need me.
Hmm.
My services are there. A lot of that stems from a need from somebody. So, for instance, I started my wedding planning business out of a necessity, um, and a passion. And then I became ordained. I watched my father uh was actually a minister, and I was always around the ministry, growing up, but I never thought I would be ordained until two of my friends, one she asked me to not only plan her wedding but also marry her. And then one of my very good friends asked me to marry her very quickly because her father was dying.
Hmm.
So I had already sent my paperwork off and got approved. Like it was a total God thing. When that other friend had called me and I had just became ordained, like within a week of the other friend calling me, asking me to marry her and her husband in her father's hospice wing.
Wow.
Um, and then my very best friend owns her own travel agency for the past couple years, have been asking me to become her honeymoon and destination wedding specialist. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. And then finally I was like, well, I guess it would make sense to add it on, because people have been asking, well, can you, because they see that I travel a lot,
Yeah.
they're like, well, could you help me with that? And I'm like, well, no, but my friend could. So I just started adding it on as something I could help with. And it's just totally, it's just things that have become a necessity slash passion. And they they take off in a way where I am blessed. I and I can be a blessing at the same time. And I am just I'm just in awe of what God has done, what I can do in in this space, with the talents that I've been blessed with. So I
Yeah.
never imagined I would be where I'm at because I launched my business in the middle of the pandemic. So,
Yeah.
and that's when I found y'all too.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that is such a great description of the entrepreneurial journey. I feel like people think of it because of what they see as I'm going to start this business. It's going to be boom, it's all beautiful in one day and it's this overnight success. And what entrepreneurship really is, and its best form, I think, is this evolution of what you're passionate about and what you see the need for, and you're kind of like building this over time, and it's evolving into something that you couldn't even have thought of at the beginning. You didn't know it would turn into all of this stuff. And here it is, this business that is thriving for you and you get to have so much fun in. And it just kind of like with saying yes to all of these steps and looking at how you can really like show up for people and what you would enjoy doing. And here you are, you get to plan people's travel, you get to be at their wedding. I love all of that.
Yeah. And you know, in addition to what you said, there can be a lot of pivoting going on, because with the pandemic, what I've learned with especially with the wedding industry, there's been changes. So like I was caught like in a almost like a boom, because so many people had to cancel, and luckily I caught people that canceled and then had to reschedule. So coming into the industry, I actually caught those people that were rescheduling. And in my first year was unreal how many weddings, my first 2 years was unreal how many weddings I did. So now we're in a season where we're kind of, it's not as many people that are getting married, because not that many people are going out and meeting people.
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of wedding planners and other vendors, we're all kind of like in these discussion groups where we're talking about how do we pivot, like what's
Mm-hmm.
going on. um and this is where I'm thankful that I listened to my parents so many years ago. Never put all your eggs in one basket. And my dad was a huge component of this.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't just plan weddings. I officiate and I plan travel,
Mm-hmm.
because so many people may be hurting right now, but there's other things that I can do.
Hmm. Yeah. Because there's always going to be seasons of ups and
Yeah.
downs. Like, yep, within the year, within years, there's
Yeah.
always seasons where things are a bit slower. And to be able to plan for that and be okay through that makes a
Hmm.
really big difference.
Yes. So, and someone's always going to need an officiant regardless, because that's the legal part of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And someone, whether they're going on a honeymoon or not, someone's going to want to travel.
Hmm.
So I'm thankful, and I stay uh busy. I think just how I'm able to think outside the box, because even how I launched my business was outside of the box, and then
Hmm.
how I continue to pivot and change, uh just how I brand my business. I I'm thankful. And then with your guys' help too is, I mean, is amazing, obviously. So um with all my ideas, and
All
then
your
you have to rein me in, you
I
know,
love all of your ideas, Ashley.
my all my ideas, and then you're like, come back to earth. You're out
Let's
in
make
outer
it
space.
happen. Oh, that's great. Well, it's been so fun to see your business evolve and to see you find so much success and happiness in what you're doing with this. We love working with you. We love all of your ideas. And like I said, every conversation that we show up with you is fun. I feel like you come into the morning and turn the music on, like you were saying, and it makes my morning better every time I talk to you. So thanks for doing this interview with me.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right.